Hey team, welcome to your cool down of the week. We've got 5 stretches for you to get through today. You are going to need a wall, so you're going to want to set yourself up close to the wall so that you have access to that for the very last pose. Okay, so we're going to start in a standing position in pyramid. So what I'm going to have you do is you're going to step your left foot forward, and then your right foot is going to go back. That right heel is going to go down, and our hips are going to square forward towards the mat. And then we're just going to reach down. We can grab for the shins. If we've got space, we can come all the way down, fingertips to the floor. You also might find that blocks or even like a plate under your foot kind of right here is helpful to help you balance and stay in this position. So we're just going to breathe here for a little bit. We're just going to feel the back of that left thigh get a good stretch. Couple more breaths here. Try pushing a little bit more weight into your left big toe and taking your left hip and kind of hugging it in a little bit. You get a deeper stretch through the back of that left leg. Cool. And then let's walk the hands through the middle. And then we're just going to switch our feet. So the right toes are going to point forward, and then the left heel is going to drop down. Let's bring that torso up just so that we can reset ourselves. We're going to square that left hip or that right hip back and pull that left hip forward. And then we'll reach down either for the shin or if we've got all the way to the floor. We're just going to find our stretch here and just kind of breathe into it. Couple more breaths. Push weight into your right big toe and take your right hip and scoot it in a little bit for these last few moments. Good. Let's go ahead and bring the hands to the hips and we'll just stand all the way up. Good. And then we're going to bring those feet together. We're going to make our way back down to the floor. This time we're going to go into pigeon. So we'll start on the left side. So coming all the way down to the hands and knees for us to start. And we're going to go left knee towards the left wrist. So just sneak that left wrist or that left knee right behind the wrist. Okay. And then this other foot can come forward, or this left foot can come forward. It doesn't have to for you to get a good stretch. So we're just going to scoot the right leg back and find that big hip stretch in that left side. We can come down to the forearms. You can stay on the palms. Or for a little extra release, you can make fists and put your forehead on those fists and just try to relax the upper body. All right, coming on to the hands. Let's come back to the hands and knees, and then we'll go into the second side. So now we're going to bring our right knee right behind the right wrist, and then that right foot can scoot forward a little bit. But really the main thing is taking this left leg and scooting it back behind you. And then from here, either coming onto the forearms or staying on the hands. You can also put a block under the hip. It depends on how tight you are and if you want a little bit of support. You're just going to breathe here and try to find some release in some of the places you're holding extra tension. So maybe in the shoulders or the neck, maybe the jaw or the forehead, and just kind of find some softness every place else other than that hip. Couple more breaths. Cool. And then from here, let's go ahead and just come onto the hands and just sit onto that right hip and swing the feet around. And then we're going to come into reverse table. So our feet will be flat on the floor. And then our hands will go behind us. The fingertips will face forward. Okay. First thing I want you to do is kind of squeeze those shoulder blades together. Second thing, we're going to straighten the arms and puff up the chest. Maybe you're already getting a good stretch in the arms here. We can stay. If we want more, we can kind of lift the hips up a little bit. For more than that, we can swing the hips forward to open up the front of the shoulders. We're just going to hold here for 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. We're going to do that one more time. It's kind of an active position, so we want to give yourself a little bit of rest. Okay. And then, again, squeeze the shoulder blades. We puff up the chest, straighten the arms, and then we lift the hips. Bring the hips forward a little bit towards the heels, open up the shoulders, and bring it on down. Okay, next we have a Spiderman, so we're going to flip onto those hands and knees again. And we'll start on the left side. We're going left today for all of our starts. So left foot forward to the outside of the left hand, and then we want to take the hips and just soften them down towards the floor. Now, one way to make this stretch a little bit extra is to let this left knee kind of open up and fall over to the left. You might find you have more space to bring your forearms down, or we kind of like staying on the hands. So wherever we are today, we're looking to stretch the left hip, maybe the outer hip, the inner thigh. It's really going to depend on where you're tightest. So finding that good Spiderman stretch, moving around a little bit, settling into it. We'll stay here for a couple more breaths. Good. Let's go ahead and come on out of that. And then let's go to the second side. So right foot comes to the outside edge of your right hand towards the mat. And then we can let this right knee fall over to the right. We let the hips kind of sink down. And then we can stay on the hands or come all the way down to the forearms. Good. All right, let's come out of that. And then we'll go ahead and stand. We've got last position here is that standing puppy pose at the wall here. So now's the time where you need to make your way over to the wall. And the idea here is that we're going to find a position where our shoulders line up with our hips when we get into the position, okay? So we're going to put both palms on the wall. We're going to walk our feet back. Now, this position here is too high, I already know. So I'm going to walk my hands down a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to push through the wall. I'm going to push the wall away. And I'm going to start to drop my chest down towards the floor. And now I'm finding that I'm still too high with my hands, so I'm going to adjust. I'm going to drop the chest down, push the wall away, and trying to open up and create more space through the mid-back, maybe the armpits. Just breathe in here. Good, and then we'll just go ahead and come on out of that. All right, you guys are all set for your cool down of the week. Thank you for joining and taking care of your bodies after your training session, and I will see you next time.